Hey guys, welcome to MAMASCON 2020. You guys, we are finally here. You have been receiving the messages, you have been receiving the alerts. We are finally here at MAMASCON 2020, you all. You are here for the virtual edition of MAMASCON, and just due to everything that's been going on in the world, we definitely did not need to cancel this event. We needed to convert this event to virtual and online. So I thank you all for joining me today. This entire weekend is truly going to be amazing and a treat for you all. So I'm really excited to have you join me this weekend. If you do not know who I am, my name is Monica Reed. I'm an award-winning 6-time international best-selling author. I am a wife and a mom of 4 beautiful children, you all. MAMASCON, welcome. So what is MAMASCON? I want you all to talk to me this weekend, to talk to all of my speakers and just really get engaged with this weekend. I want to explain to you what MAMASCON is first. First of all, MAMASCON is one of its kind. So there are a lot of conferences out there. There are a lot of different business events and personal development events, but MAMASCON is the very first family empowerment conference, you all. It's very first family empowerment conference. So I'm excited to be the visionary behind this conference, and I'm also excited to bring some amazing speakers to you, all for some great information. Let me tell you a little bit about why I started MAMASCON. MAMASCON, I wanted a place for women to go where they could get their personal development community, where they can go level up on their business development, where they can be truly supported by other women, you all. And at the same time, while we are building our legacies, that we include our families in the actual building. I don't know about you all, but just like all this whole closing and working with our kids did not just begin as we started to shut down. For me, I've always brought my family along for the journey of building the legacy, because I'm not building this thing just for me. I'm actually building this for my family and building everything that I do for my family as well. So MAMASCON is a platform or an event where you can come and get all of your whole total legacy 360. You can come here to tap into our speakers who are going to bring some amazing information about personal development, why it's important for us to be concerned about what legacy is, leaving a legacy, and then also get clarity about what your legacy is. And then we don't stop there, because once we've actually talked to you about the mindset of leaving a legacy to your children, or living the legacy, I like to say, but we don't stop there. We actually bring you the tools and the resources and the people who can help you build that legacy for your family. So MAMASCON, again, this is our first annual MAMASCON event. And again, like I mentioned before, we could not overlook it just because of the time that we are in. I had to make sure that we still get the information and get the speakers in front of you all, so that you can benefit from and not delay building your legacy too. So that is MAMASCON. MAMASCON is a place where we can come and celebrate women, whether you are a single mom, whether you are a married mom, whether you are a bonus mom. And I don't know about you, I just watched a movie the other day called Other Moms. So you have to fit somewhere in those categories. And if you do fit in those categories, you are definitely in the right place, you all. So I hope and I know that you will enjoy MAMASCON 2020. And I just want to thank you all for just joining us this particular weekend. And you get to join us from the comfort of your own home. I don't know about you all, but I have my slippers on, right? So just get your slippers, get your popcorn, get your drinks, whatever your choice of a beverage is, and just come on and enjoy the actual speakers. Today, we will have MAMASCON Friday starting today and all weekend long, but today is really special. And let me tell you why. We actually have been planning MAMASCON for the past year, and we have had an opportunity to put out a selection form for Mother of the Year, right? So a lot of people have selected their mother or nominated a Mother of the Year. And later on in the hour, we're actually going to be celebrating those nominees along with my special guest and another speaker. So let me share with you all just a little bit about my story and again, how I started to think about MAMASCON. I wanted a place to celebrate women. The reason that I'm so passionate about Love Mama Inspires, which is the community that was started that is hosting and presenting this particular weekend, the reason I'm very passionate about it is because I too, like I mentioned before, I am a mom. I'm a mom of 4. And I put all of my energy into raising my children. I had them at a very young age. Well, the first 2, and then the second 2 came with a really huge gap. But I poured, a lot into being the mom, being the wife, being the coworker, being the friend, the sister, and the daughter, that it got to a point in my life that I forgot about me. I forgot about what my goals and what my dreams were and what God had prepared for me to do in my assignment here on earth. And so I came to a point in my life, probably about, I want to say about 5 years ago. I got to a point in my life where I really wanted to answer one particular question: who am I? I don't know if this resonates with you all. Let me know if you're tuned in. I'm trying to see if I see your comments here, but let me know if this is resonating with you. Have you ever been at a point in your life where you just stopped and said, well, hold on, all this stuff is going on around me. Who am I? Right? Who am I? What purpose do I have here on earth? What is my assignment? God, tell me, show me. You just get to a place in your life that you're showing up for everyone else, but you start to ask the question, who am I? So let me see. Does this resonate with you? Have you ever got yourself to a place where you can relate? Let me see here. Hey, first of all, I just want to say thank you for joining me. Everyone is saying hello. Yes, Sanji is saying yes, we forgot about ourselves. Anika says yes, I have. Sanji says, who am I? Yes, that is a very, very important question that I think all of us get to a certain place in our lives where each and every one of us have one commentary, and that is to say, to ask the question, who am I? But what I would like to tell you is it's even a bigger task. Look, someone said, yes. I can't see you, Facebook user. If you just want to give us permission to see who you are. Felicia says, yes, that has been me as well. So yes, we forget about ourselves. We put everyone else before us and we forget about ourselves. Well, let me tell you, not this weekend. Not this weekend. This weekend is totally different. You really need to ask yourself, if you have not already, who am I? And I promise you, after hearing all of the speakers this weekend, you will be able to dig, if not dig deep into answering that question, but you will be able to identify your assignment. And if you do not get to that place where you have all the answers, I promise you that you will start to navigate towards your answer just by hearing the speakers. So again, I just welcome you all here to MAMASCON because that's a place that I got to. So I definitely understand what it's like. So again, like I mentioned before, it's even, we can all have the question, but to have the courage to chase those dreams after you know why you are here and what you were meant to do and what you were assigned to be and all those other things and answering those questions, you have to have the courage to go after her. You have to have the courage to chase those dreams and those goals. And so again, I came to the question 5 years ago, but it took me another year to actually have the courage to chase those dreams. first identify what the dream was and what the goals were and my purpose was, but then to actually have the courage to actually chase the dream. And then after that, building up the courage. Because so if you all can hear this in my voice, it's a process. It's a process. So after having the courage, I then had to surround myself with people who can help me get to the goals and to the dreams, and to pour into me and to encourage me, to motivate me, to inspire me. Because again, when you're stuck in this mindset, you need a community of people that's going to help you get to where it is that you're trying to go. So yes, I thank you all for just letting me know that you can relate to that question. You know what I mean? To who am I? Yes. So somebody says, I've definitely been there before. Yes. Thank you all for joining. Hello to you too. It is a process. And a lot of people think that it's a process that just happens overnight. Absolutely not. The process is a continuum process, and every new level will require you to have to either gain a new community or to add to your community of people who can continue to press forward. So yes, we're excited to have you here as well. Again, thank you for joining us. So before I go on to I want to introduce to you all my very first speaker. I really am passionate about legacy, right? I'm so passionate about legacy and allowing everybody to understand that we can't just focus on the legacy that we leave, but we have to actually live a legacy. What that means is you have to be in action. You have to be able to walk in your purpose and in your goals in order to leave a legacy. You have to actually be living it. You have to actually be living it. Right? So this is not something that we worry about like, oh, I want to leave a legacy. I know a lot of people talk about that, and I just want to leave. It sounds so, cliche, like just going to leave a legacy for my children. I'm building this legacy for my children. But what are you doing to enjoy living in the legacy now? So many of us get caught up on working towards the goal that we're not actually enjoying the moment. Right? We're not enjoying the moment. So I actually wanted to bring on my next speaker, you all. She's an amazing woman. She understands legacy. She is phenomenal. And she wants to talk to you all why it is important, why it's important to leave a legacy and what is legacy. She's going to deep dive all into that for you, I promise you. But we have an amazing speaker coming up, and I want to introduce to you all Miss Noreen and Henry. And I just want to say welcome. Hi.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
Good. You look beautiful. So I just want to welcome you to MAMASCON as our very first speaker. As I mentioned to them before, you understand legacy. This is like the legacy queen, you all. Like whenever we speak of legacy, I always think of Noreen. She will go into talking to you all about what it is that she does and who she is. But if there's anybody to explain to you the importance behind legacy, this definitely would be the person. So I welcome you, Noreen, and I'm going to allow you to just go ahead and take it from here and talk to our guests. Right. And again, you all just sit back and enjoy. And this is Miss Noreen Henry.
Thank you, Monica. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. And I hope everybody's doing well. You considering the current circumstances that we're in. As much as we keep going, we still recognize and know that stuff is going on, but we still keep moving forward. We still stay positive. So just wanted to give a mention to that. As Monica says, my name is Noreen Henry. My name is Noreen N. Henry. I like to use my middle initial, and I like to use it because it differentiates me. So I am the Victorious Living expert. I'm the founder of Victorious Living Culture. I'm a multiple international number one best-selling author and author of 10 plus books. Coach, I speak, I train, I mentor, and so on and so forth. I'm a certified John Maxwell team member. I'm an ordained minister. Let me stop now. That's a little bit about me. But the thing is, the most important thing, one of the most important things is legacy, right? And so legacy falls under victorious living. And so let me say what legacy is. Legacy is something transmitted, hold on one sec, or by or transferred from the past. Another part to legacy is a personal legacy is basically your reputation that continues with each generation, either positively or negatively. And we want to make sure that we are building a positive legacy. We don't want the negative legacy. So a little bit about my story and why legacy is so important to me. As you can tell, maybe not. I'm not from the United States. I was born in England, raised by Jamaican parents. My parents went to England from Jamaica. They went because of work, right? They needed to find jobs. And so in them doing that, my I didn't get to meet my grandparents. Like I didn't get to grow up with my grandparents. And it wasn't until like maybe just a few years ago, not even that long ago. Like it didn't bother me growing up without knowing my grandparents. But like just a few years ago, it started to bother me. Like, wow, I missed out on that. And not that I missed out on it, but I don't know much about them. So I don't know much about their legacy, not much less my great grandparents' legacy. I don't know much about it. So that's why it came very important to me with legacy. And so I did meet one grandparent when I was like in my 20s. I was in like in, I think my early 20s. I met one grandparent and he was older. So I didn't get to form a relationship with him, right? Because I was an adult, he was older, and then eventually he went back to Jamaica. So that's the reason why I didn't grow with my grandparents. Like my mother's parents were over here in the States when we were in England, and with my father's parents, they were in Jamaica. So I never got to meet them. I only met one grandfather when he came to the United States. So this is one reason why it's important to me. So I do feel that I missed out not having my grandparents around, and it's for me it ended up being sad because it really did start to affect me. And I'm like, why? And part of it is because of not knowing about them, not knowing, like, I don't even really know what they did, like what job did they have. So this is all part of their legacy that I don't know anything about. And so that's why legacy is important for me to capture as we go along. Because one of the things that happened was on my job, I meet with one of the guys I work with on a regular basis, and we always talk about, we're always talking about something with legacy. So I was talking to him about one of my other journals, legacy journals, and as we're talking, I said to him, you know what? I should create the journal that we build our legacy as we go along, and that's why how that came about. So that way now I'm building my legacy as I go along, and so that way my children, my grandchildren will have this, and our future generation will have this, so they will know about me. They don't have to think about what was my grandma or my great grandma like. They won't have to think about it because it will be journaled. And I'm thankful that me and Monica are on the same page with this. She honored me, and she wrote the forward for me in that. So this is one of the reasons why it's so important to have our legacy. Let me tell you the other part, because it's important to know our lineage. Like what's in my lineage? I don't know. I don't. I only know from my parents. I don't know anything about my grandparents. Let me give you the second part why legacy is so important. a study was done many years ago with two families of with their legacy. Let me tell you, it's the Duke Edwards. It was the Duke and the Edwards families that were studied. I don't remember the time frame. Go. I encourage you. You can go and look up the story for yourself, and you'll see this family's legacy. So let me just tell you about these two families. So with the Duke's family, they had paupers. Many of them were paupers. Many died in infancy because of lack of good care and conditions. The women were physically wrecked early by their own wickedness. 7 were murderers. 60, let me go back up. This went too fast. Sorry. 60 were habitual thieves, and they spent most of their years in lawlessness. 130 were criminals, and they were convicted. They were convicted of crime. That's the Duke's family. Let me give you the Edwards family. Remember, this was two families that were studied. The Edwards family, one was a US president, 3 were US senators, 3 were governors, 3 were mayors, 13 were college presidents, 30 were judges, 65 were professors, 80 were public office holders, 100 were lawyers, 100 were missionaries, pastors, and theologians. What does this tell you? What does this study tell you? One family's lineage was negative, another family's lineage was positive. This is another aspect. This is the other aspect, your legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? Like many years ago, legacy wasn't a thought to me. It wasn't a thought to me at all. I didn't think about the legacy I'm living or the legacy that I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave when I pass on. You know, it's gonna happen. Not now. But it wasn't a thought to me. It wasn't until it came up just a few years ago, and it started to bother me about not, knowing my lineage, not knowing anything. I don't know. I hardly know anything about my grandparents, let alone my great grandparents. And so I don't know really. I could say that it wasn't totally negative. It's just that we didn't like now my legacy has changed, right? Because we were living more. I would say that we were more like mediocre. We weren't um, living outside of the norm, right? As the world would say, the norm. And so with me, I'm living outside of the norm. So I've changed my legacy. So I can say that I don't think my it was so bad. I don't know because I don't know what the generations before really were. But that's why this is another aspect to legacy. What do we want now, and what do we want to leave? We want to make sure that we're leaving a positive legacy. And before my mom passed away, I was trying to get her legacy. I was trying to get her story because I wanted to capture it so that I could keep it for future generations. But unfortunately, she passed away before I could get it all. Like I would give her notebooks to write in it, but she wouldn't do it. So there was a point though where I sat with her and I sat with my father and I started to ask them questions. And so I was filling in the book. And then when my mom passed away, I found a notebook where she had actually started to write her story. Because for me, it's important. I don't know about you, but for me, it's important to pass this information on to the future generation. It's very important because, like, my mother suffered from a disease, and like future generation, that's something that we can let them know. Right? I know the one thing I do know about my grandmother, she suffered from something too that my mother suffered from. So it's good to know these things with your legacy, and it's good to record them so that future generations can know. Oh, wait, I can look out for this. So there's different reasons why it's important to make sure that you're building the right legacy. So for yourself, think about the legacy for yourself. Think about your legacy right now. Is it a positive legacy that you're building, or is it like the two stories that I gave, where one, the Dukes and the Edwards family, where one was negative and one was positive. What was it? What is it with your life? Think about it with your legacy. Like, do you even think about legacy? 'Cause like I said for myself, years ago, it wasn't a thought, right? Years ago, legacy was not a thought. So what is it that you think about legacy for yourself? Like, I challenge you to analyze your lives. Like, what is your legacy that you're building? And what is the legacy that you're going to pass on? So with what I was saying, with, you know, I was trying to get my mom's legacy before she passed away. I have to remember now to go back and get my dad's, because it was interesting talking to them, because even though I was raised with them, there's so much I didn't know, you know, because as a baby, they're living. I don't know what's going on. So it was really interesting to hear. So for me, it's interesting. I know maybe it's not interesting for everybody, but for me, it's interesting to know, you know, my father said he lived here when he first went to England, and the different places, the different things that he did, and how he got there. And so it was, for me, it's all interesting. Probably when I was much younger, it wasn't a thought, but like, it's so interesting, you know, the older I get, to know what more about my parents. And so this is what for me, I want to live my legacy, build my legacy now, have it for my grandchildren, have it for my great grandchildren, and have it for the future generations, so they don't have to think about what their grandmother, great grandmother was about, what was her legacy. So this is why it's important for me. So I encourage you to think about your legacy now, and the legacy that you want to leave. And if you want to leave a positive, and if it's not going positive the way you think it should be, then do something about it. So I encourage you to enjoy the remainder of MamaCon conference, and I thank you, Monica, for having me on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Noreen, for definitely sharing that story. I really want to really just point out a few things that you mentioned. And again, you know, we are just like eye to eye when it comes to this legacy thing. But it's something that you mentioned. Noreen has her journal, her legacy journals. And if you all don't know what that is, never heard of it, or need to know how to get it, I'm going to make sure that Noreen puts it in the comments. But it is an amazing tool to, like she said, to be able to capture the information about yourself, because these things we all grow up saying, I know what would this, you know, what was my ancestors like, or where do I come from? I need to know more about myself, right? And so for you didn't have that information. Right? Like, you didn't have that information. So I want people to understand that if we're not intentionally talking, I know, right? It's like, if we're not intentionally talking about this every single day with our children, we're just living the day to day and, you know, the hustle and the bustle, but we're not sitting down and actually communicating with our families where you've come from. Right. And then there's all these unanswered questions later on in life that just could be answered if we're intentional about doing the work now. Right. And just understand just how important that information is. Right.
Yeah, so very important.
You brought back like a memory for me, like, because I remember us jumping on a call and talking about your journal, right? And when you had asked me, I was like, sure, I'll write the foreword for the journal. And I said it, and then it was like a light bulb went off when you gave me the date of your launch. I was like, oh, okay, October 1st, sure, no problem. And I stopped and I was like, holy crap, that's my grandmother's birthday. The grandmother that I never had the opportunity to meet.
Wow.
And I always talk about how, she passed away when my mother was younger. And so my mom has, a certain, memories of her to a certain age, but I know nothing about my grandmother. So when I started writing the foreword, I was just like, it started to resonate with me that even I myself could relate to why this is so important.
Right.
Right. Like, I wish I knew, things about my grandmother that my mom had experienced, and she tells me little stories, but
Right.
like even her last name and what was her maiden name and where was her family from, like just all those different parts of their lives, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's amazing. So I'm so just excited for you, and I thank you for coming on to speaking with everybody about why it's important, why our legacy is important. And I just hope that as everyone is listening to you, that they take heed to answer that question too. We got a lot of questions to answer you all this weekend, right? Who am I? What is my legacy going to be? All these different things. What should I say? What do I do now? We just have all these different questions that are going to come. But this is good, right?
Yeah, because it's important stuff. It's needed.
Yeah, because as moms, we need to make sure that we're communicating this, right? We need to. So that's what MAMASCON is about, you all. I'm telling you, like, it's really just getting a hold of our lives and really just understanding what it is that we need to be thinking about, what actions we need to be taking, and the things that we need to be saying and doing. So I thank you for joining us and joining us.
Oh, welcome. You are so welcome. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. All right.
Okay. Bye.
So as I mentioned to you all, this today is actually about just really welcoming you all to MAMASCON 2020. And as I mentioned to you all before, all year long we have been doing nominations for Mother of the Year. There's been a lot of submissions that have been submitted, and I'm really excited. At this point, I want to actually introduce to you the presenter for Mother of the Year Awards. And at this moment, if you are tuned in with us and you know that you have nominated somebody for the actual award, it's okay. For the actual award, please make sure you're tagging them here in the actual broadcast. Make sure that you that they have the opportunity to join us for this momentum moment. But at this time, I want to introduce to you all my very next speaker, Miss Leanne Fuller. Hey, Leanne, how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Excited. I'm excited to have you. Let me tell you, I'm really, really excited to have you because MAMASCON 2020 is something that we've been talking about for almost a year now, right? And I'm telling you, it's finally here. Right? It's finally here. And I thank you. I want to introduce everyone to who you are and what it is that you do in your community. But you all, this is Leanne Fuller. She is the founder of Adopt a Mom. Right? Adopt a Mom. And she's going to go more into her story and why it is that how all this happened for her. And then we're going to, after she's done speaking, we're going to actually roll into the Mother of the Year award ceremony.
Yay! Woo, woo. Hey, ladies. I am just pumped and excited to be here. I'm excited that Monica decided to continue with this. I know it's like our world has kind of flipped upside down and all this craziness going on. You know, we're trading in the boardroom for Zoom and coffee chats for StreamYard. And so as disappointed as I am that I couldn't join you guys live and meet everybody, I'm excited to be here. I've been reading the nominees, and I hope you guys have your tissues because you may need them. They are powerful and they are wonderful. But here's the one thing that I want to lead into. And I know, Monica, you talked about who am I in the beginning. And I like to say, would the real you please stand up? Because now is the time for us to really, really connect with who we are. Not everybody's expectations, not who other people say we should be. So many of us go through life thinking, who the hell am I? You know what? Would the real you please stand up? This is what MAMASCON is all about. I love that it's for the whole family, and I love that it's a chance for you guys to really recognize how wonderful and powerful you are. And I love being a part of this because, like I said, our whole worlds are flipped upside down. There's so much tragedy going on, this virus and everything. I don't know about you guys, but I miss my people. But
I do too. I do.
Yes.
I really miss people right about now, and even more now this weekend, because I'm just like, oh, we could all been in the same room together, but it's okay. It's all right.
Hugs to you guys,
Right?
virtual hugs, because I miss my people. I know a lot of us miss our people, but that's the thing, and that's where my Adopt a Mom program was birthed. It was birthed out of tragic times and difficult times. The best things in our lives come from difficult times. So what I want you guys to do is really focus on the positive. Find the opportunity, not the challenge. Because no matter what you find, that's what you're going to get. If you are looking and all you're thinking about is the doomsday and the tragedy, that's all you're going to see. But there's so much opportunity out there for us, for our families, for our children. I know I'm heartbroken. I just found out today they're closing school for the year. My daughter's a senior, and it's heartbreaking. But what can we do with this time? And that's where my Adopt a Mom program came from. It came out of tragedy 9 years ago, 2011. Did I do my math right? 2011 was my mom's last Christmas. She'd been fighting cancer so long, for many, many years, and she beat it and got it back. But it was tragic to watch, and it was just a tragedy. And in 2011, she was so sick, and we realized it was going to be her last holiday. And Christmas was her thing. Like, her birthday was November 21st, and that like kicked off the holiday season for our families, and she always made it wonderful for us, like us moms do. That's what we do. We make everything wonderful for everybody else. And it kind of sucked. It was horrible. We knew what was coming. We didn't know when, but we knew it was coming. And having been a single mom, my mom being a single mom from the time my dad passed away quite a few years previously, she was a single mom. It was just her. And the best way I know to make myself feel better is to make other people feel better. And who better than to do something for than other moms? Us moms are the unsung heroes of this world. You know, I think it's wonderful seeing essential employees being honored, and nurses and everybody else, but us moms are the true essential heroes and the true essential workers. We don't take a break. We don't get a break.
I agree with you.
You know,
I so agree with you.
You know, whether we're working from home or still working, plus homeschooling, you know, I want you guys to give yourselves a hand because
Absolutely.
you are amazing. And I think this just amps up how wonderful we are, and it shows that no matter what challenges come our way, we power through it because we don't have a choice. Right?
No,
we don't have a choice.
No,
we don't. No, everybody else has a choice. Moms don't have a choice. We power through, we push through. And I couldn't think of any better thing to do to help bring our family spirits back up is to make other women's holidays a little bit better. That year, we nominated 10 moms. And as moms, especially single moms, but even us that are married, sometimes we feel like we're in it all alone. Yeah. So I wanted somebody else to know they are not alone. I want you ladies to know you are not alone in this journey. Sometimes it is a lonely place to be, but you are not alone. Find your tribe. There are people out there to support you. I am here. Monica's here. We are here. Everybody else is here for each other. And that's what this is all about. That's what my Adopt a Mom program was all about, to let other moms know that they are doing it. They're doing a wonderful job, because when you're doing it, you're struggling every day. You feel like you're by yourself, and you feel like you're constantly failing. And I've learned that if you don't hear "I hate you" from our children, you're not doing a good job. I'm just letting you know.
That is so true. That is so true.
But don't we take that to heart? I mean, that's one of the worst things we could possibly hear from our children. But I've kind of learned that, okay, I must be doing something right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. I'm telling you, if they're not mad, that means that you're not doing a good job. It's all right.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So that year we nominated 10 local moms. They were nominated by friends, family, that kind of thing. They were moms that were struggling, doing it by themselves. And since then, here we are 9 years later, we have adopted 500 moms
Wow.
over the holidays. So it's not anything spectacular, but I don't think as moms we need anything spectacular. We just need to know there's somebody out there thinking of us.
Yep, just to be acknowledged. That's amazing. That's amazing. You said 500 moms, so that's really amazing.
And here is one of the mugs. It's one of my signature mugs. I have mugs made up every year.
Okay.
It says, "There may be no way to be a perfect mother, but a million ways to be a good one." So remember that, because don't get caught up in perfect. Nobody.
Can you repeat that one more time, Leanne?
There may be no way to be a perfect mother, but there are a million ways to be a good one.
That's awesome.
Quit focusing on being perfect and focus on being good. That's what our children need. They need us to be good. They need us to be present.
Yeah.
Especially now. And I think it's powerful and wonderful that you women, all of us, are doing it. We're making it happen.
Yes.
So that's so when we're going through this, when we're struggling, when we're trying to work plus teach plus clean plus cook plus who knows whatever else is on our plate, know that no matter how hard this is, something good can come out of it. And it's up to us to make that happen, because we are the superheroes of this world. I don't care what anybody says.
That is so true. That is so true. I tell everybody, like, we're the superheroes, we're the nurturers. We are, we have so many different hats that we wear as moms that, again, just a simple acknowledgement that, you're doing a good job, or, that we see you. Just someone saying, I see you is enough. I see you is enough. Not even you're doing a good job. It's just that I see you. I see you trying, and I see you pushing through, and I see you, accomplishing some things and doing the best things that you can, the best that you can. So thank you. And I thank you for everything that you do and showing up for your community and for showing up for other moms, just to say, I see you.
Yeah. You know what? And ladies, we do. We see you. We see you struggling. We see you doing great things. You're not alone. We see you are doing a good job, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're locked in the bathroom ripping your hair out. It's gonna be okay. We see you and you are not alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love it. I love it. And again, you're doing Adopt a Mom. And how often are you doing? Is this annual, or have you speed up and said, you know what, we need to go ahead and do this all year long? Like, how often are you?
So we do this every holiday season as of right now. It's one of those things I want to do year round, but when you're busy, again, when you're busy, sometimes it doesn't happen quite like you want. Someday I do see it being a not-for-profit, and there's a church near here that's building a new church. I want to buy that church and make it into a sanctuary for moms, for learning, for daycare, for filling their needs, for diapers, food, whatever. That's the ultimate goal. But we get there in time. It's just a matter of holding that vision, and that's the vision.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's good. And thank you again. And I know it will ramp up to more than, I know God's going to make a way for you to give you that time and the energy and the support system to pull that off. Absolutely. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for doing this, because I love honoring women. I love honoring them for where they are and who they want to be, because I think it's important for us to meet people where they are. So I think this is wonderful.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, thank you.
yeah. Do we want to get started?
Yes, go ahead. We can definitely get started with our award ceremony.
Yes, yes. So make sure you're tagging everybody who's been nominated. There's some amazing nominees here. And make sure you're tagging them, inviting them so they know they're here, so they know how much they're appreciated. We are going to do it a little bit different, I think, than how Monica had planned originally. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to honor all the nominees. And then we're going to do the True Mother of the Year award at the end. Okay? So are you guys ready? Drum roll. Okay, let's get started. And since we cannot applause because our social distancing, we are here. Make sure you're showing these women some love, some support, letting them know how amazing they are. So show us some hearts and love, okay? So, all right. I'm going to go through each award at a time, and then we'll just kind of keep going and jump into the next one. So the first is the Overcomers Award. I love the Overcomers Award. I'm all about the underdog. Love it. Being a single mom for many years and struggling, I love the Overcomer. So we have Monique Johnson, and Monique overcame many obstacles in her life, from the death of her son from a brain tumor and cancer, to the passing of her mother and her father, to her house catching on fire and losing everything. Through her perseverance and dedication, God has turned her tragedies into triumph. And you know what? Let's give a huge shout out to Monique, because like I said, I hope you ladies have your tissues, because that is so heartwarming, and I'm so glad that she was nominated for the Overcomers Award. I would love to hear more about her triumph. So, thank you. Okay. Next, we're going to jump over to the Foster Mother Award, who is Angela Sanders. And again, it's the Foster Mother Award. Angela unexpectedly suffered from the loss of her mother approximately 3 years ago. She was her mother's only biological daughter and the youngest of 2 biological brothers. The deep bond her and her mother shared was something rare. Naturally, Angela took the loss of her mother hard. Angela gained her strength by remembering the type of woman her mother was. Talk about legacy. And decided to live out the legacy she left behind. In the footsteps of her mother, Angela decided to become a foster mother. And in addition to the 3 children Angela's mom had of her own she fostered, she then adopted 5 other children. So that's wonderful. She has opened her doors of her home like her mother, and has been a foster mother for the last 1.5 years. And as her sister's friend, watching someone who did not have any children take on 2, then 3 more children was truly amazing to watch. We often laugh at her adventures of becoming an instant family. She is truly her mother's child, and in honor of her mother, she deserves this award more than anyone I can think of. So let's give some hearts and some love for Angela. So that is amazing. It's, being a foster mother is no easy feat. You're taking in these children and giving them the ultimate love.
Yeah.
Which is hard because you don't know what they've been through. So kudos to her. So let's give her some love. Let's give her some heart.
Yes.
Okay. We'll keep moving along to Grandma of the Year Award. Love this. So the nominee is Annie James. Again, it's Grandma of the Year Award.
Woo!
Yay! We love our grandmas. I'm going to be a grandma in July. Don't tell anyone.
Too funny.
Annie James has raised her children and continuously shows up for her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Over the years, she has led yearly family trips and backyard barbecues to assure that the family stays together. She brings a warm and loving spirit and opening up her home each and every week for Mommy Mondays. She's an incredible grandmother. We appreciate her. Go for Mommy Mondays. I love that. I love that. Kudos to Annie. Let's give her some love.
Absolutely. Yay. Congratulations.
Love Annie. Okay. So now we have quite a few. So we have the Mother of Impact Award. So before I get into this award, I want you all to know you all have a major impact in your kids' lives. So not only kudos to these women, but kudos to you guys too. So we will jump into these, okay? So we have Lisa Ocalis, and I apologize if I said that wrong.
Lisa
Okay. So Lisa is an inventor and has been since the age of 9. Holy cow. Let's get our kids out there inventing some stuff. All right, all you kiddos out there watching, you can do that. Proof. Here is proof, okay? She is a mom and helps other women invent products to change the trajectory of the lives for other families. Lisa is a powerful and energetic role model who has been featured on QVC and many other outlets supporting families and building a legacy. So that is awesome. Let's give Lisa some love and some heart. That is wonderful. I love that. You know what, kids? Moms, it can happen. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of love and encouragement. So kudos to Lisa and kudos to her mom.
Yes, absolutely.
For supporting her in that journey, because that's awesome. Okay. Next, for Mother of the Impact Award, Miss Cheryl Wood, someone I consider a friend. I love Cheryl. So, Mother of Impact Award. Cheryl continues to lead other women and still continues to take the world by storm, speaking and empowering the nation. Not the nation. She's empowering women internationally. She's a powerhouse. She is an incredible example of a woman and a mother with great impact. So let's give Cheryl some love and hearts and yay, kudos to Cheryl. Yes, I love that. I love these stories. I love these women nominated. Okay, so next up, and this is not the first time you're going to hear this name, for Mother of Impact Award is Makita Armorer Wade. Did I say that right? I hope. And so here she's being nominated for the Mother of Impact Award. My sister has been a chronic sufferer of Crohn's disease since she was a teenager. Somehow she manages to improve the lives of those she touches, encourages women to thrive, not just survive. She is selfless when it comes to family and has had a hand in raising over 20 children from family and friends. Talk about powerful. Holy cow. Wow. She's an award-winning 3 times best-selling author, speaker, and thought leader on how you can live Crohn's interrupted. She's received numerous accolades for encouraging the possibilities lifestyle, where she provides hope through community service. She participates in fundraisers to support various causes and always has a kind word for the anguished.
Wow.
I nominate my sister for the Mother of the Impact Award because 3 million people a year get diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and she's all about making a difference in their lives and making it better. And, you know, to add to that, she's a beacon of light. My sister has Crohn's disease, so really thank you for everything you do. It's a challenge and it is a struggle. And I think it's amazing that you're doing that. Let's give her some hearts and some love. How amazing that she is. And talk about raising over 20 children for family and friends. That's,
let me tell you.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know if I barely raised to my 3.
Yeah, I'm only on 4, a couple nieces and nephews, but I mean 20, like really, really, really. Yes. Thank you all again for joining. We are here if you're just joining us, we are here for the Mother of the Year's Awards. So if we could just recap some of the names really quick,
Sure.
just really quick, and then we can just continue to move on for those who may just be joining us.
Sure. Okay, so we'll recap. Monique Johnson for Overcomers Award. Give Monique some love. Angela Sanders for the Foster Mother Award.
Yay!
Give her some love. Yay. We've got Annie James for Grandma of the Year Award. Love our grandmas. Let me tell you what. Love your grandmas while you have them. They will not always be there. I've told my children this. They learn, it's a hard lesson to learn. Our grandmas and our grandparents will not always be there. Make sure you're loving them as much as you can.
The wisdom words that they have to give you. The wisdom of them, I'm telling you.
They've lived it, honey. They know.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So our Mother of Impact Award nominees, we have Lisa Eccles, and we have and we have Cheryl Wood. Yay. And we have Makita Armorer Wade. And those were all the Mother of Impact Award. So kudos to you ladies. Give them some love. Give them some love.
Yes.
Tell them how amazing they are. Okay? All right. We'll move on to the next category. The next is the Resilience Mom Award, which is powerful because as moms, we are resilient. We have it's one of those things we just have to do. We have to keep bouncing back.
I'm telling you.
I think of it like a trampoline. The more you bounce, the higher you go. So keep on bouncing, ladies.
There you go.
Absolutely. Okay. So the Resilience Mom Award, the first nominee, and we have a few of these as well, is Danielle Matthews. Danielle has faced many adversities that I've never had to experience before, and I have experienced a lot too. It pained me as a mother to see all that she suffered through, but through it all, she never gave up. Her tenacity and resiliency is to be commended. Even though tough decisions had to be made, she stood strong and held her ground. Her children adore her, and no matter what, she does her best for them, often leaving herself without to make sure that her children are good. She is an example of not giving up, of fighting through life. Many that have gone through adversities that she has faced would have given in to the pressures, gotten depressed, but Danielle has fought through and continues to come through on the other side. I truly commend her for her resiliency. Wow. Let's give Danielle some love.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. No, that's awesome.
That is awesome. We cannot give up.
Wow.
Kudos to Danielle for not giving up.
Yes.
It's a hard thing to do. So kudos. Let's give her some love.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Next, Resilience Mom Award, we have Jasmine McNeil.
Yay.
Yay. Jasmine is a young mother of 3 handsome sons, the first of which she birthed while in high school. She refused to allow that to impede her progress and deter her from achieving her goals. She pushed forward to attend to full-time school, to become a certified medical assistant, and works full-time caring for the needs for her son.
Wow.
This is just the first step towards her greater destiny of becoming a medical examiner or forensic scientist. Wow. That is powerful. Powerful. As an African-American female, it is worthy to note that this is not prominent in that field. Jasmine is now preparing to take the next step and start nursing school to add to her knowledge and be a servant to others.
Yes. Wow. Congratulations.
Jasmine's story goes on, but how wonderful is that to be a teen mom, to be a baby raising a baby? I can tell you, it is no easy task, and to continue on, that is hard. Let's give Jasmine some love. Let's give her some kudos.
Congrats, Jasmine. Congrats. Yes.
That is amazing. Keep going. You got this, girl.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Next so this is a multiple No, actually, let me go back to, let me do this other one first. So I said it was not the first time you'd hear Makita's name. So here she is also nominated for the Resilience Mom Award. So
Wow.
I nominated my mother for this award because she is the queen of resilience. For my whole life, I've watched her suffer and manage her debilitating diagnosis of Crohn's disease, even though she thought she was hiding her pain. She has always attended every game, every concert, and every activity that I was involved in as a child.
Wow.
If she could not be there, she made sure Dad was. She was always there to encourage me and cheer me on. She told me to keep my head up no matter what. And again, this goes on and on and on. So, Makita, kudos to you.
Just like, what? Oh, congratulations. Congrats. This is amazing.
And, you know, that I know, again, that's no easy task between ending up in the hospital and having flare-ups, and that's powerful. And to have your child, to hear those words from your child.
I was going to say, your children nominating you, like what?
Wow.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Yes. So give her some love and some kudos.
Yay.
Okay. So here is a nominee for the Resilience Mom Award and the Legacy Mom Award. Okay. So we have Constance Carter, who was nominated for both. Yay. Let's give Constance some love.
Congratulations.
Constance Carter is a powerhouse mom. She's the founder of the largest African-American real estate company in North California. Woohoo! She is a wife and a mom of 4 children and continues to travel the world to encourage families to build a legacy by changing their mindsets and habits around money and wealth. Amazing. That is powerful. Let's give Constance some love. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Some love and some hearts. And it's all about the mindset. It really, really is.
Yes.
Love that she's doing that. Okay. So again, we have Makita Armour Wade.
Look at Makita just ranking up the nominations today.
Give her that love. So Resilience Mom Award, Overcomers Award, and Survivor for Makita Armour Wade Award. So let's give her some love. Resilience, survivor, tenacious in her efforts to help others overcome unsurmountable challenges while still facing the many challenges she deals with on a daily basis. Wow. So let me tell you what, if you aren't feeling the love, let's give it to her.
Absolutely. Congrats again. Wow. That's amazing.
So we have one last nominee. Okay. Wow. The amazing Miss Monica Reed. Let's give her some love. Let's give her some heart. The hostess with the mostest, who has put all of this on. And
I tell you,
you deserve it just as well as everybody else.
I tell you, you guys are funny. Thank you. Thank you.
You were nominated for the Resilience Mom Award, the Overcomers Award, and the Mother of Impact Award. Really? You bring it, girl.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so I have to read. I nominate Monica Reed. Although she is the one who is hosting and creator of MamaCon, doesn't mean that she should be excluded from the nomination. Aww. She has 4 beautiful children who all have entrepreneurial minded, and they get that from her. Her example to her children shows that she is what legacy looks like. Wow. She not only tries to create for her business, but she also figures out a way to help others in their businesses through using her creation, her own platform, and her time to help catapult and launch their businesses without hypocrisy. She is selfless, kind, and dedicated to not only her 4 walls, but to the 4 corners of the world. So
Aw.
let's give Monica some
Thank
love.
you.
So
Thank you so much. Thank
I
you.
I love this, and you really summarize it, that oftentimes women are under celebrated as a mother, and we have created an amazing event that will shine light on her heart and her great works. And
Yeah.
I think this is powerful, and I want to thank you for doing this and giving this platform for all of these amazing women to be highlighted.
Oh, wow.
So
Thank you. Thank you.
now for the twist in our awards banquet or awards ceremony. So here's the thing. It's a little different than what was planned, but really, ultimately, Mother of the Year, drum roll, it goes to you. It really, truly does, because you are the Mother of the Year to your children, to your husband, to your families, to your foster children, your grandchildren, to your nieces, to your nephews, your family, your friends. You are the Mother of the Year. You are making it happen. So I want you all to give yourselves some love, because you know what is just as important for setting the example for our children? And we're so selfless. We give everything we have, and sometimes we lose ourselves.
Yes.
But I also think it's important for you to know that one of the best things you can teach your children is to not lose yourself, to not give everything. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to fill yourself up. And we need to show our children that we are worthy too. And it is important for us to take the time for us, even if it is 5 minutes in a day. So you are Mother of the Year. You are Mother of the Year to your children. You are the only mother they have. Every child should believe that they have the best mother in the world. And they do, because it's you.
Yes.
So give yourself some love. Give yourself some kudos. Give yourself a pat on the back, whatever it takes, because you are amazing. You are selfless, and you give everything. Make sure to take some for yourselves, because you deserve it.
Absolutely.
And so not only these moms who were nominated are not the only ones worthy of the Mother of the Year award. You are too.
You are too. Yes, absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better. I think that it is very important. Yes, we are all awesome moms, and all should be recognized. And I just want to say, if you are joining us, if you're watching the replay, or if you know of another mom, just say congratulations to yourself, because together we do amazing things. You know what I mean? So we lean on each other. We're constantly supporting each other, inspiring each other. And, we lean on each other for this strength. So again, I just want to say congratulations to all of our nominees, and we will be contacting all of our nominees next week to just be able to forward their awards to them. You've all have won Mother of the Year, so we would like to send our token of appreciation and out to you. So we will definitely make sure that we'll be connecting next week. So thank you so much, Leanne. I know, like, she was just like, I'm gonna present, and we were supposed to be live, as you mentioned before, but this is great. We could not continue on not to have this event because of everything that we are. There will be a MAMASCON live, but that's okay. We are virtual. We want to make sure that we don't miss opportunities. No one is promised tomorrow, so we cannot just skip over events that were meant to happen at the visions that God has given us. Because again, if no other time means anything, it's now, right? Like right now is the time that we need to make sure that we are being intentional. And even with this event, it has to happen, right? It has to happen. So again, I thank you, Leanne, for coming on and being our Mother of the Award ceremony presenter. And I thank you for everything that you do through your community, through Adopt a Mom. And we look forward to supporting Adopt a Mom. And hey, maybe next year you'll be up to 1,000 moms that you've already
maybe.
You have to actually speak it into existence. So we will definitely be here to support you and support each other. But I thank you for taking your time out today to kick off MAMASCON 2020. Thank you.
And I want to say thank you for this, because you're so right. We are only promised today. We're only promised right now. Our lives can change in an instant. And I think it's really important for us to really love on each other, appreciate each other, celebrate each other. This is all about a celebration, celebrating who we are, what we've done. We're not only mothers right now, we're mothers, we're teachers, we are wearing so many hats. We're the nurses every day. We're the teachers every day. We are the cooks every day. We are the cleaning ladies. We do it all. And I think it's important for us to take 3 days to just honor and celebrate that, and how wonderful and amazing we are. And if you don't get it yet,
I'm telling you, and even more now, because I'm telling you, if you weren't doing it before, you're definitely doing it now. So you need to take these 3 days to really just pour into you and rediscover who you are, or celebrate who you are and all the amazing things that you're doing here in this world. And so again, thank you. Thank you.
And don't be afraid and worried about being perfect.
No.
None of us are perfect. So I know that's one of our hiccups, is we are always think we need to be perfect. Everything needs to be done. Everything has to be clean. Our kids are not going to care if the dishes are done. That's not what they're going to remember when they grow up. They're not going to remember if the dishes are done, or the laundry is done, or if it's in a heap and pile. They are not going to remember. They're only going to remember the time that you had, the time that you're present. So
absolutely,
make sure, and all you kiddos out there that are watching, love on your mamas.
Absolutely.
Just give them a big old hug. Tell them they're doing a good job.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't always agree with that, even when they make you mad.
Tell them anyway, right?
Yes.
But this has been amazing.
Yes. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for still doing it, because I know it's different. Life is a lot different for us. It's a new normal. So
absolutely.
Thank you for continuing.
Thank you. All right, you all, you have heard from Leanne. Again, I told you before, she is amazing, and I love everything that she is doing in her community. And I just want to thank you all for who have joined us for the last hour for our kickoff of MAMASCON 2020. I don't know about you, but I'm still excited. So I hope you all are still excited as well. We're going to move into 2 more powerful days, our 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So you want to join me again at 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning. I do apologize, around 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. We have an amazing lineup of speakers who are going to be bringing some great information when it comes to personal development, business development, helping our children, supporting our children. And as I mentioned to you all before, no better time than now. Your time is now. Your time as a mom. So if you know a single mom, a married mom, a bonus mom, and as I mentioned before, an other mom, she wants to be here in the room for MAMASCON 2020. So I will see you all later, and thank you again for joining us for the kickoff of 2020 MAMASCON.